Hello, hello and welcome to another video. This time the topic is converting resources. I'm playing Dwarf right now, and I got my wall over here and it needs to be upgraded a little bit. I have a lot of level 14 rockets here. Over the past few days I've had way too much blood diamonds and I've had way too little crystals. I also have a little problem with gold. Yeah, you can see I got 6 million or something, and it's pretty good. But my research also are very heavy on the coin. So this means I need to convert. I need to get more coins and I need to get more crystal, and I want to spend blood diamonds. I want to spend elixir in doing so. Perhaps later down the line I want to use lumber to enhance my research. I'm playing dwarf, which means I'm very mithril heavy. I need mithril to replenish my max. I'm using max and rockets primarily for my PvP formations and primarily in the void as well. So what I've done here is I've made a lot of mummies. And the idea here is to try to use crystals and elixir and get gold and crystals for it this time. If I want to get mithril for my blood diamonds, then I would just convert them to ninjas and max later down the line. The great part of using mummies is because they're very cheap. That's the first thing, but they also take very little time to train. If we go over here, you can see now I can build 3 at a time for 15 minutes. I got the patron and the subscriber on, which means I get to rush these very easily. I understand that not everybody has it, but if you have either the subscribe or the patron available to you, then you can at least do one at a time. In order to do this very well and to plan out your conversion, then you need to have a good little chart on your hand. I made a little chart here that allows me to see all this stuff. I'll post a link to this. I take a screenshot of this and fix the shapes a little bit and put it up in the link, a link to it in the description. So that's very useful. The main takeaway here is I can now change my race to Rakan, just like that, and I can start to convert. All of these mummies I'm getting. The reason I'm converting to ninjas first of all is because if I'm converting these to max, it takes 9 mummies to make 1 mech. However, it takes 5 ninjas to make 1 mech, which means if I convert all my mummies to ninjas first, I'm getting a far better conversion ratio. And that is very important because a good conversion ratio means you get more resources back. When you disband these troops, you only get 50% of their value back. So it has a very big tax on it. But when you're finding yourself in my situation where you have, I had 60k blood diamonds and I had 0 crystals, then I would be very happy to convert, let's say, 30,000, 40,000 of those blood diamonds into 20,000 crystals, because it gets me on my way. So that's why I'm doing it. So right now I'm just going to push the button and stuff happens in the other end. Seems pretty good. Now a little thing worth noting here. Now I could cash out mithril and coins if I wanted to. I'd get a lot of mithril and coins for this one. Unfortunately, I really need the crystals, which means I actually need to convert. I convert now into Rakon, but you see these bad boys over here? These should be human horses, because I'm getting a 1-to-1 conversion ratio from the Shroom Lords to cavalry, human cavalry, while I'm getting a 5-to-1 conversion ratio from these ninjas over to Shroom Lords. So I'm going to take that and go Sylvani, because Sylvani offers me crystals. Unfortunately, I don't get the gold this way, but it's good enough. I'll take it. Let me see. Convert. Go ninja. Yeah, 15 to 3. You see, 5-to-1 conversion. Beautiful. So now I can do this. And the beautiful thing is I didn't use my own troop rush for it, because it was within the limits of what I could rush. So if I go down here now, disband this. I didn't make all that many, but I just wanted to show how I actually got my blood diamonds to turn into crystals. So I think I spent about 8-9k blood diamonds, and I got about 7,000 crystals back. It's pretty decent. While I'm here, I can just make a couple of these bad boys, bronze. They use elixir. Elixir is what I have a lot of, because I don't use that very much. I got way too much elixir. So let's just make a couple of these. Normally I would either make mummies or more Shroom Lords, and I take these and I fill up my bronze over here. It's a lot of bronze, but it wouldn't do justice to this video, because then you would just see me making those Shroom Lords all day. It takes way too much time. You could also make like 10 mummies at a time. That's also very efficient. So if I go over here now, convert some beautiful troops, you see I get a 1-to-1 conversion ratio. That means for every little Shroom Lord I'm making there, I'm able to cash them out. We can take 10, and yeah, you see I get 747 gold for each Shroom Lord. That's pretty much half of it, which is absolutely great, because that reduces the taxes as well. When I'm converting troops back and forth, it's very unlikely actually to get a 1-to-1 conversion ratio. That's rather rare. Normally you have to pay a tax as well when you're swapping troops back and forth. Take the mummies to ninjas, for instance. You're getting 7 ninjas for 8 mummies. You have to you're actually taking 16 supply and turning it into 7 supply. In terms of resources, it's not just the same, but you're not getting the same value. But when I'm using the mummies and converting them to ninjas, I'm doing it to get rid of the red crystals, because those I want to turn them into my crystals. So I'm willing to pay a big tax on it just to get those crystals. Also, the mummies, I can build 3 silver mummies at a time, which turns into 6 supply. So putting on some command gear and getting that bronze supply up, perhaps getting a nicely governor as well from a big city, that will really enhance your ability to do this very efficiently. So if so then I can, now that I've changed some resources, I I can go back to my dwarf. I could also, of course, change the troops around and turn my rockets into humans and upgrade them that way. And yeah, perhaps I could show that as well. I got, as you can see over here, I still got some room on my wall, and I can spend some mithril on this. But right now I just did this conversion, so it feels kind of stupid to not follow through with it. Just like that, and I have got only one left. Alright, so I won't do that this time. But what I could have done is I could go to human, change race, go human. And I could convert my units that needs crystal and turn them into a mithril unit. Primarily I don't want to do that because I'm very mithril heavy. I'm using a lot of mechs in PvP and I need to replenish those. So I'm not very likely to do that. I could convert them into a diamond heavy composition as well and do it that way. So I got multiple options here. But I chose to go with it this way this time. So, and I primarily wanted to show you how to convert different resources into another. If you take a look at the chart again, you can see there are multiple ways of converting resources. On this chart, if you can see there's a green background on that one, that just means they're using mithril, and they can convert from mithril to crystals. If you go with spears to miners, you can convert them to diamonds if you go with huntresses. So that's the way to go. I could convert my blasters into monks. I'm not getting the best conversion ratio. I can get I would initially have 8 of my blasters converted to 15 monks. That means I'm actually paying 1 troop count or troop in tax for that conversion. Then I would be able to upgrade them for crystals. It would actually have been very, very brilliant. And then I would change them back and make 24 monks and turn them into 12 blasters. That way I'm only paying one troop for that conversion. I would probably have to replenish a few monks as well while doing it. That's far more efficient, and you can do that if you're playing with humanoid troops, humanoid or magical units. You cannot do this if you're playing skeleton lich. Then you need to just convert units back and forth and get your crystals and mithril to replenish your army. Alright, that's it for today. That's what I had on conversion. I hope this helps you out, and I'll see you guys next time.